I want you to grab my hand. Grab my hand and get up. You got it. You hear me? You got a chance. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what you're going through right now. I don't care about none of that. You got a chance. You hear me? You got the same 24 hours as everybody on this planet. You got a chance. You hear me? I'm supposed to be dead. You hear me? I was the first to make it out outside of my teenage years. I'm supposed to be dead. I'm supposed to be in the penitentiary to earth stop. You hear me? But I'm right here. I got a chance. You got a chance. Let's get it.
All right, so let's get into it. Again, I was talking about the Lash Law, these different enactments. This is from 1850 in Oregon, where the purpose of the Lash Law and Exclusion Law in Oregon was to exclude black people out of the community, out of the territory. So what they would do annually for the year, if you was living there, whether you was a free black person or you was just a black person coming from different states, if you was there as a residency 2 years, 2 times out of the year, you was subject to open lashes in public. This is in 1850, and people don't even know about this stuff. Yeah. So it was everything to discourage us from being able to come there and live there, even though traditionally that was our land and our territory that they took from us. You know what I mean? So this is the thing. So anyway, today we wanted to talk about a couple different things, which was the legal status of black people and effects of denationalization and misclassification, and what does that mean? Mm-hmm. So the question becomes, what is the legal status of black people? That becomes a question. Great question. What is the legal status of black people? And then my question becomes, are you black? And what does that mean? And can you prove to me that you are black? Hold that thought. If I was to go to England, right now, and I say to the person that's from England, this European guys from England, what language did you speak? You're gonna tell me that you speak English. Okay, so what's your nationality? I'm English, I'm an Englishman. So, if that's the case, when it comes to somebody having a nationality, they have a nation state, and they have a cultural language, then tell me, what is the black land, what is the black language, what is it? And are you black? Because we was talking about that up here.
But that always seems like a, even when you look into it, being black is something that was made up.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have a land. Blacks don't have land. Blacks don't have a language. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say, they fall and say, I'm American.
So basically my point in my presentation today is to show you that you are not black, and that black is a dynamic that's based and predicated off of social engineering that we've learned to adopt and identify ourselves. One of the things that you said earlier was that the information that's being given in these public schools, you know, it doesn't cater to who we are as a people. Exactly. It only further reinforces not only the stereotypes, but the agenda, which is to denationalize you and take and deprive you of your national identity and perpetuate the complex of a black identity. So, without offending people, we're going to read it, because I know people want to hold on to this is who he is. Mm-hmm. And I'm not condemning it, you know what I mean? I'm not condemning it, but it's something for us to examine, you know what I mean? Yeah, because exactly. I know no Asian, Chinese man or Manchurian is going to come here and say, yeah, you're going to call me yellow.
Indeed.
Right. And then, on top of that, we're going to get into this dialogue. On top of that, I'm going to go into the book and we're going to read it. I will bring myself up here and say, tell me these entries in the book. So I'm just going to read it real quick so people can say, matter of fact, this is what we're going to do. Since you right here, you're going to read today.
Oh boy.
You're going to read, here go black, I underlined it right here. So tell me what you see with the word black. Tell me what you see. Do you, there's going to be a couple questions. Do you know how to use a dictionary? That's going to be the first question.
Google. Let's see here.
Right.
Okay. It says black.
Hold on.
No. A color of black.
Okay, stop. Let me see. You can do it.
What I want you to do. It says.
What I want you to do. Here go black is underlined right here. I want you to read the word black. And for anybody that's watching this, I just want to say, use any dictionary that they have in the house and go do the same thing.
Yeah,
go look it up.
You said you want to read the word black.
Yeah. Find it.
It's right.
Read what it says.
Black. Me. Black. Black.
The lounge.
The OHG. Black. Black and black. Very dark in color.
Stop. Appreciate it. So let me go into it. This is why it is important for our children to understand how to use a dictionary. And this is the reason why I made my baby Scott, my daughter, waving my hand. What's the matter? You want to read it too? You want to read it for him? You want to read it?
Hey, come on to drop the knowledge on these old men up here.
She want to break it down. And so, where you going? Oh, all right.
And I love this right here. This is the best part of the situation.
Because this is all confirmation to what you were talking about earlier about the importance of homeschooling your children. You know, because she's homeschooled. You don't go to these public schools because we recognize and seen the things that you were talking about, and we felt that it was our responsibility to do it. And primarily, her mom sits down with her, and when it comes to me, I'm writing the document, the books, the literature, so it can strengthen them later on. So this is just a testament and a show and proof that this is what's being done. So people are doing the work. You know, people are doing the work. Come on, baby.
What's your name, young lady?
Amethyst.
All right. Now, can you read that for them?
Black, adjective, Middle English.
Stop right there. See what she just did? What she did was she went to the word black and she looked at the first entry of the word. The first entry was the what? Part of speech. The first part of speech in the word was what?
Adjective.
Adjective. So that lets you know what? What's an adjective? Truth, what's an adjective?
Adjective is it describes a noun.
And what else do it do? It's a modifier. Okay, so modifies and gives you a description. So we're gonna stop right there on that note. So that lets you know that it's not a noun. So it cannot be given a reference to a person, place, or a thing. It's given a description to something. Okay, so go ahead.
Middle English.
Stop. Sid said me. I gotta laugh because you know what I'm saying? It said me.
I'm gonna edit my part out. Nah, no, you in there. Like, nah, I'm gonna leave all this in because it's necessary.
So she said, and me, which represents Middle English. So when we're talking about Middle English, we're talking about a time period. This is the chronology. We're talking about the etymology of the word. So we know that that word, black, is derived from Middle English. It's letting you know from the gate. And this is the reason why I wrote the book, My Baby's a Scholar, because now when they read the dictionary, they're looking at it from the perception of a scholar.
We're just taught to get the definition up from the
And in fact, like these schools now, like, cause like I got sons that do go to public school, and when I went to the school, I asked them, do they have a dictionary? They didn't have a dictionary. They said we use our phones. And it's a reason why they take them out of the schools, just like they was taking them out of the jails. See what I'm saying? To keep you in that state. So Middle English is a time period. What time period is it making reference to? We're talking about the 1100s to the 1400s. This is the time period. So let me stop. 1400. What happens in the 15th century, which is the 1400s? What happened in that 15th century? Well, I know in 1492, European Spaniards came over here with Columbus, a whole bunch of other people, Vespucci, a whole bunch of other people. When they came here, they colonized the land, but they had one agenda though. The one agenda was to do what? To enslave the people that was already indigenous to this land. So the first thing that you do to enslave a people is you take away their identity. So I'm just gonna call you black. It's from Middle English. So the word black didn't even exist before the 1400s. We're in the 21st century right now. So this is 700 years later. Okay? So we cannot sit back and fathom and say, oh, this is an ancient word. So I say to people, well, if this is an ancient word, this word black that you're talking about right now, that's an ancient word. And we identify ourselves that anthropologically, linguistically, give me the reference. I'm not going to argue with you, just show me. You know what I'm saying? You want me to believe you, just show me. I'm not going to condemn you for even saying that that's what you are, but you need to know where it comes from because that's not what you are. And it's a reason why you have been conditioned to identify yourself as such. We're going to go on.
Read this?
Yeah, keep on.
Alright, Middle English, black, see, from Old English, place.
So stop. OE. So these terms that you see in this dictionary from Old English, because when we talk about the English, it's not a language, it's a dialect composed of various different time periods and contributions to what form right here. So you ever remember we used to be in class, well, you gotta speak proper English. Wait a minute, stop. It's composed of 4 writing systems in English, and this is off topic, but it's composed of 4 writing systems, you know what I mean? You got lexicon, you got grammar, you got semantics, and then you have phonology. So when we talk about these writing systems, wait a minute, he said semantics. What are semantics? That means that in the system of English, semantics is when words have been taken out of its original content and placed into another one to create confusion. So I've been speaking semantics, yeah, you've been speaking semantics your whole life.
So it's almost like you've never really understood anything you read.
There you go. unless you have people who maybe were doing the work that we're talking about now, to sit down with you and say, let's examine these things. Because when I ask people, are you black? I always ask people, it's not like I'm condemning, because I used to say that about myself. I'm not condemning. I say to them, well, prove it. Where did you learn that from? Who taught you these things? And what does that mean politically? What does that mean legally? Because if you're saying that this is who you are, and in fact we do it just like this. Are you black? Are you Negro? Are you colored? Are you African American? Are you Jamaican? Are you Native American? Are you Indian? Are you indigenous? Are you Aboriginal? What are you? And you find out that we're the only people on the planet who are associated with a various amount of different terminology and names. And what's the reason for it? To divide and conquer, and to denationalize people, and to misclassify them. We're going to talk about that in a minute real quick. So, and it goes back to Old English too, because Old English comes from, it's before the 12th century too. So we're talking about the 1100s too. Old English, talking about 1100, 1400 time period too. So you want to keep reading, or we get enough?
Old English, place, akin to Old High German.
So stop. So akin to Old High German. So when we talking about the term akin to Old High German, you're talking about related to German. So this word possibly could have derived from Germany. And then they got a German word in there to give you the derivative that it comes from. And when you talk about Old High German, you're talking about 12th century era. So you're talking about the 1100s too. So here it is that you got a chronology, meaning the time period for where this word derived from. Okay? Our ancestors never sat down and said this is who he was. In fact, I had ancestors before they passed who were older said, don't call me that. That's not who I am. Don't do that. Because they knew and they understood that these were terminology that was imposed on people, and it was used as a brand, as a label, like you said earlier, as a brand.
By that car in the crib, I wanted to feel like Kirk when he shop at the mall. I needed fame like Wag playing that basketball. I'm on the corner with the bass, watching out for the law. I tell my youngin' hand it off, I'ma sit in the car. I used to go visit my dog, now he don't speak at all. I need that Billy and Czar, I don't know what y'all on. I got the mind of a hustler, I tell Camden I'm gone. I give you game long, homie, if your loyalty strong. I'm talking for the people, black people, we on. If you ain't trying on your own, then I don't know what y'all on. Mission I'm on to put my family on. I know the feeling of being broken outside being home. Word.
What hardship you've been through, I don't care what nobody else gonna say. I'm proud of you. Oh, Wallow, you don't know me. I don't care if I don't know you. I know somebody to know you. That's why you getting this message. Because I'm proud of you. You hear me? You doing your thing. You done went through all you know, I wanted that promotion. You went and got that. I got this idea. You gonna get business in life. Oh, I'm gonna be a better person. I'm gonna get back with my friend. You done that. I'm gonna get back. Oh, I'm gonna put my ego to the side. I know I did wrong. Let me get back with my girl. You done that. I'm proud of you for manning up. I'm proud of you for going after your dreams. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.